Okay, so Miss Jones Foster, I'm going to start with a little bit about what happened to you. And if I get anything wrong, please correct me. But on the 29th of April, you were leaving your home at about 4 p.m. and you were contacted by two Warren, Michigan police officers, the first being a female. And I'm actually going to put her picture on the screen. Just give me a moment. I want to pull it up. Just a minute. Okay. And did the officer who you came in contact with have red hair, and was she named Officer Siegfried?
Yes.
Okay. So when you came into contact with Officer Siegfried, you were leaving your home, and the contact was initiated after you blew your car horn because they were blocking your driveway. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. When you came in contact with Officer Siegfried, tell me what she did. I'm actually going to, before you actually start talking, let me just do this. I'm going to send an email to the city council because I want them to see your interview. All right, the email was just sent. I just sent an email to the mayor and the city council of Warren, Michigan. So why don't we start with you telling me exactly what happened to you?
Okay. On April 29th of 2014, that was this past Tuesday. Okay, go in your question. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Go. Okay, so on April 29th, that was a Tuesday, and that was around 4. I was about to leave out of my driveway to go to work. The car that they had pulled over was blocking me in. So when I noticed that, I did not want to approach the officers. The male officer was outside of the vehicle, the police vehicle. He was inside of the car that he pulled over. And the female officer was stationed inside of the vehicle with whoever they had in the back seat. I beat my horn to get their attention because I did not want to alarm them by approaching them. So I beat my horn to get their attention so maybe they can approach me. That way I can let them know if they can let me out of my driveway, possibly guide me out, or, I just basically wanted to let them know I was trying to get to work and I was just trying to get out of my driveway. When I beat, no one responded. I did hear something of which the officer later told me that she was speaking over the PA or a loudspeaker, I think it's called, of the vehicle. And I didn't make out what she was saying at all on the loudspeaker.
Let me actually interrupt you because I can quickly recount the rest because I actually want to call the police department about the other facts in your story, and let me make sure I summarize it correctly. After blowing your horn twice, the officer approached you, and according to your report to me yesterday, she became physically violent and assaulted you and handcuffed you, arrested you, pulled your hair repeatedly. You said she wrapped your hair is pretty long. You said she wrapped your hair around her hand or her wrist and tried to pull you out of the vehicle using your hair?
Yeah, she did.
Okay, and you were actually on your way to work. You were leaving for work and you were late for work because of this incident, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you also reported to me that the officer's partner, a male officer, interceded and basically unarrested you after they had placed you in handcuffs?
Correct.
Okay. All right, well, let's do this. I'm going to talk with you further, and I have more facts that I'm going to present on the website. For now, what I would like to do is I want to call the police department. I want to get them on the phone and ask them some questions about proceeding with your complaint. So what I'd like for you to do now is go to the front page of policeabuse.com. This video should be streaming live on the front page of the website. Let me actually just check, and I'll make sure that it's broadcasting. Just a minute, all right? Okay, yeah, it's on. It's showing live right now. So if you go to the website, you should be able to see the remainder of my phone call with the police department. It's likely I will call you right after I get off the phone with them, and then if I have any additional questions or comments, we'll go over it at that point. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so I will call you back. Take care, and you can stop the transmission from your phone right now. And I'm going to switch over to my studio site line, and then I'm going to call the police.
It's the Warren Police Department. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you know the extension you wish to reach, you may dial it now. For the Detective Bureau, press 1. For records, identification, or gun registration, press 2. For the jail, press 3. For the traffic division, press 5. For animal control, press 6. For administration, press 7. By name, press 8.
Police Administration, this is Jill.
Yes, ma'am. I'm calling from an office line which is recorded. My name is Mr. Kamal. I'm trying to speak to someone in the chief's office.
Okie dokie. I can see if Deputy Commissioner Galasso is available. Did you want me to tell him what it's regarding, or?
Yes, it's concerning an excessive force and unprofessional conduct complaint.
Okay. That's already been filed, or you wanted to file it, or?
Actually, we just filed it. We know that your agency looked at it because I saw that it's been reviewed on the internet, but we haven't gotten a call from anyone regarding the investigation, and I want to make sure that it's proceeding.
Alrighty. Okie doke. Do you know, are you the complaining party, or is it another person, or?
I'm actually working for the complaining party. I'm a police detective, a retired police detective, and I'm assisting the person with reporting the complaint.
Okay. And do you know when it was filed? You said recently, so.
Yes, just a moment. I can take a look.
Okie doke.
It was viewed by your agency on the 2nd of May, and it was filed, I believe, on the same day.
Okay. And do you know who the person spoke to? Did they come in and fill out a written complaint? Did they talk to someone over the phone? Was it a supervisor?
No, we emailed the complaint to the email address listed at your agency, and the woman's name is Miss Jones Foster. She was assaulted on her way to work by a Warren, Michigan police officer named Michelle Siegfried.
Okay. Let me put you on hold for just one sec, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for waiting. You know what? Sergeant Johnston is our internal affairs investigator here at the police department. I would imagine that the complaint probably was routed to his office. I just tried to reach him. He's away from his desk. He does have voicemail, though. Would it be okay for me to send you into his voicemail, or do you want me to just leave him a note to get back with you?
No, I'll be happy to leave him a message.
Alrighty, let me transfer you in there. Oh, his number, just for future reference, is 586 574 4832.
Okay, and his name again, please?
His first name is Sean, and the last name is Johnston.
Johnston, got it. Thank you.
Johnston. Alrighty?
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hang on one sec.
All right.
Sergeant Johnston, please leave a message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, good morning, Sergeant Johnston. My name is Mr. Kamal. I'm with policeabuse.com, and I'm assisting a victim of police misconduct named Miss Jones Foster. She was assaulted by Officer Michelle Siegfried, badge number 131, about 2 weeks ago. And I'm looking forward to speaking with someone from your office regarding a complaint we submitted on her behalf. I can give you more detail. She's willing to talk with you at a time that can be arranged, and she's looking forward to actually proceeding with a formal complaint investigation. If you require that she submit a complaint on your form in addition to the one we've already forwarded to your office, or if you have not received the one that we sent to your office, please let me know and I'll get it to you. I'll send it again. But I just called your administration, and they indicated that more likely than not the complaint we sent was forwarded to you. But if you do need us to submit the same information on your form formally, I'm happy to accommodate. I would also like to formally notify you that I would like to speak with Officer Siegfried if she's willing to speak with me. My client is going to pursue a case against the department in civil court, and I'm preparing an expert report, and as part of my report I always give the officer an opportunity to speak if they have something to say. So please pass that on to Officer Siegfried. I'm also going to call the front desk and leave a message for her, but we are awaiting notification that your office is proceeding with an investigation. I also want to make you aware that I have a witness list and evidence that I believe needs to be retrieved, and I'm formally requesting any videos or audio recordings in the possession of the police department as per a Freedom of Information Act request. I'll be sending over a second request on paper in about 48 hours, and I would request that if that information is given to you, that you forward it to the appropriate parties. Thank you very much, and have a great day. It is 11 a.m.
You have reached the Warren Police Department. If this is an emergency, hang up and dial 911. If for the extension you wish to reach, you may dial it now. For the Detective Bureau, press 1. For records identification or gun registration, press 2. For the jail, press 3. For the traffic division, press 5. For animal control, press 6. For administration, press 7. To dial by name, press 8. To speak with an officer, press 0 or remain on the line. To repeat...
Wait while I transfer your call.
Warren Police Officer Valero.
Yes, I'm calling from an office line which is recorded. I'm trying to find Officer Michelle Siegfried.
Okay. Is there something I can say in reference to, or?
Yeah, it's in reference to a personnel complaint that was made against her. I'm investigating the complaint, and if she's amenable to speaking with me, I'd like to talk with her.
Okay, hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Sir?
Yes.
Okay, just confirm. Did you say a personnel complaint or a personal complaint?
No, a personnel complaint. A formal complaint of misconduct against Officer Siegfried was submitted about 5 days ago, and I'm investigating that complaint. I'm working for a victim, and I'm writing an expert witness report, and I'm simply, I'm attempting to contact the officer to get information if she's willing to speak with me.
Gotcha. Right, hang on one second.
Uh-huh.
Watch Commander, Lieutenant Matthews.
Yes, I'm trying to reach Officer Michelle Siegfried.
she's on the road. Can I take a message?
Yes, I'd like to leave my number.
What's your name?
My name is Mr. Kamau, and that's spelled Kamau.
Okay.
I'm
Your
with.
number, sir?
Yes, it's 800 473 5097, extension 1, and I'm with policeabuse.com. And are you the watch commander today?
I am, yes.
Okay. We filed a formal personnel complaint against Officer Siegfried, and I'd like to know what your procedure is for reviewing a complaint. What's the process at your agency?
Can I put you on hold for 1 second?
Yes.
All right, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm like a one-armed paper hanger in here.
That's all right.
Okay, you made a complaint against Officer Siegfried, is that what you said?
Yeah, and I'll, if you want any of the details, I can just give you a 2-second snapshot of what happened, at least from what I know. And I'm just trying to make sure that her immediate...
So you didn't make the complaint, somebody else did?
I'm assisting the person who's making the complaint, and I'm authorized to speak on their behalf.
Gotcha, no problem.
Okay. Well,
but the problem is, if you've made a complaint or you're representing somebody who's made a complaint, she's not going to call you back. Because she's not going to call without representation. So
no, I totally understand that. But here's all I'm saying is I write an expert report which requires me to at least make the overture or the effort. And I didn't expect her necessarily to respond. Sometimes officers do, and most of the time they don't. But I wanted to leave my information. If she does call me back, great. If not, I've submitted the personnel complaint. But I still do want to know if you can give it to me in as best you can what the general procedure is.
Well, generally what happens is if a person comes in, if they come in or they make a phone call, however they make the complaint, the receiving officer will listen to the complaint. And that would be her supervisor, whether it was me or another sergeant, I don't know, it's not sounding familiar so far. I generally don't get a lot of complaints about her.
Mm-hmm.
But they would receive the complaint. If they felt that there was merit to it, they would put it in writing, send it through the chain of command, and then the commissioner would decide if anybody needed to further investigate it or if there was discipline involved. So it gets received by a supervisor, and then they decide where it goes from there.
Okay, and who is the...
Sometimes people just make a complaint about an officer's attitude or something like that. Does not necessarily get written down and put through chain. We might deal with it on a shift basis. If it's a more serious allegation, it gets put in writing.
Okay, well, I would like to make you aware anyway of what the complaint is, just because I think there's a potential it might happen again. My client was leaving for work, and her driveway was being blocked by 2 Warren police officers. One of them
I am aware of this complaint. All right, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right, and she was arrested and then unarrested, and she was pulled out of her car by her hair before being later released. It's a problem. I'm a retired police detective, and I hope that it's investigated, but I'll proceed with
How do you represent her exactly?
I don't represent her. I'm an expert witness. I've been retained to investigate the complaint.
I got you.
I'm not her lawyer.
You know the incident is on video. It has been reviewed, and your friend or client's version of the events is probably not 100% accurately told to you.
Okay, here's what. Hold on.
With you right now.
No, you have your own perspective. You're entitled to it. But can you tell me this? How would I get a copy of that video?
You can make a FOIA request to the Records Bureau.
Okay.
and they would be able to release it to you.
Okay. And what's the address, or who do I contact at Records? Just Records
The
Clerk?
Records Bureau is run by Sergeant Barnes, Barnes. And our
Okay.
address here is 29
Mm-hmm.
900
Uh-huh.
Civic Center Drive.
Civic Center Drive. Okay.
Obviously, you want the zip code?
Yes, I do.
It's 48093.
48093. Okay. Well.